how much money are you even carrying on you? I don't know why it was so expensive. Going to take the COVID test and it coming out positive. I'm sorry, but you're going home. Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. My name is Amma if you're new here, and if you are a returning subscriber, it's good to have you back. So in today's video, what are we going to be talking about? Based on my recent trip to Dubai with my friends, I had a few people pop into my DMs and ask me about the trip in general, really what it's like to travel during COVID, visas, air tickets, hotels, and so much more. So first of all, let's address why we chose Dubai in the first place. We chose Dubai because 2020 had been such a stressful year for everybody and we just needed to relax. So after checking online, we decided that we are going to take a girls trip. Having narrowed down our destination to Dubai, we had to deal with our visas. As you know, Dubai is not visa free, so you have to apply for a visa. Luckily, the visa doesn't take too long. Within 2 to 3 days you get your visa. Getting a visa to Dubai is actually not difficult at all. You can go through a travel agent and really all they need is your passport picture and then your passport page, and then they will charge you the fees. If you want to do it with insurance, you can bundle that package and then do it with them. For me, I decided to do mine on my own. There's a website, just go in there, fill in all the details, and then within a few days you get the notification of whether you've been granted the visa or not. Another way is if your flight is with Emirates, you can apply for your visa through Emirates. What's all this noise? Can you hear that? So that's for visas. The next thing is travel insurance. Now you need a travel insurance for Dubai. Basically, the travel insurance depends on the number of days you're going to stay in Dubai. The shortest time is 30 days. So if your travel period is 1 week, God forbid that you get COVID, you have a 30-day visa window to quarantine yourself in Dubai. The next thing we are going to deal with is the flight ticket. So the flight ticket actually depends on two things. One, when are you traveling, and two, your airline that you're choosing. So for us, we chose Emirates and we traveled in January, but luckily we bought the tickets way before, about 2 months before we knew we were going to travel. So that's why planning for trips are very important. Whenever you know you're going to travel, the biggest cost when it comes to international travel is your air tickets and then your hotels. Once you cater for that, everything is just okay. Okay, so now back to the flight. I'm going to open my Emirates app and show you a screenshot of what it looks like. So basically, if we are in April and you want to travel in May, this is how much it's going to cost you for your air ticket. Okay, so here I am checking Accra to Dubai, and this is how much it's going to cost you. The price is not fixed. Now I'm going to check the price for just in case we have to travel in December, and then we can compare and see what the rates look like. Okay, so Accra, Dubai, here we go, December. See? So the price is definitely not going to be the same. There are different flights you can use to get to Dubai. There's Emirates, which is the only direct flight from Accra to Dubai, and that is what I would recommend because of the season we are in. You don't want to do long layovers in different countries, stopping and passing through so many airports. So I would advise you to take a direct flight. Even if it's slightly more expensive, your safety is more important. So now that our flights are out of the way, the next thing I would advise you to do is to book a hotel as soon as you can, because the prices of hotels also change very rapidly. So again, it depends on what you want, right? You can decide to be in a hotel or be in an Airbnb or a studio apartment. All of those options exist. Reason I would do a hotel is because you are assured that every day your room is going to be cleaned. So the other thing with a hotel is that you're most likely going to have breakfast included in your package, so that is less money to spend on food, because you wake up, you eat, you go out, so you're probably just going to get lunch and dinner sorted. So book your hotel as soon as you can. So now I'm going to show you the app that I like to use for booking hotels, and it's called Booking. I did a video a couple of months ago on the 10 best travel apps that you should use in 2020 or 2019, I don't know. Booking.com is my go-to for planning my accommodations. So right here, type in hotels in Dubai, and as you can see, a tall list of hotels pops up and it becomes difficult for you to choose the right one. So what are some of the criteria to look out for choosing accommodation in Dubai? The first thing I'm gonna suggest is there's so much to do in Dubai that if you decide to stay close to one tourist site, you would still be far away from the others. Luckily, our hotel was very close to a lot of restaurants and even a metro station, but that's another conversation. We're going to get there very soon.
And it'll be the next station is...
Oh, it wasn't that bad. You just made a simple mistake. Just take a taxi. Just take a taxi.
That's all.
Too much.
The range is from $100 a night to 3-star hotel, 4-star hotels, 5-star hotels. There's so much to choose from. It all depends on you. As much as you can, try and book and pay for the hotel ahead of time. I know that yes, plans change. If you can do a free cancellation, that would be good. We're getting closer to our travel date, right? And now we need to take a COVID test, because the requirements are that you need to take your test within 24 hours or 48 hours of traveling. So if you're going to travel on Friday, your test should be Wednesday, Thursday, within that window. The tricky thing is that the COVID test also could take 24 hours or 48 hours. So for us, we did it on Wednesday. It took 48 hours to get ours. We did our COVID test at Noguchi. We traveled on Friday. We did a test on Wednesday. Like, honestly, for me, I was scared, because can you imagine going to take the COVID test and it coming out positive? You've done all this preparation, and now the only thing that is stopping you from your trip is a COVID test. I'm sorry, but you're going home. That's the end of the trip. But luckily, we all tested negative and we were ready to go. So now you've done one COVID test already in Ghana. Travel day comes, you arrive in Dubai, and then you have to take another COVID test on arrival at the airport. Now, once you take a COVID test, you're supposed to wait for the results via text message. So you stay in your hotel until your results come out. So transportation within Dubai. This thing in Dubai with transportation, like the taxis. For a normal taxi like Toyota Corolla kind of taxi, only 2 passengers are allowed in the taxi. So in this case, we were 3 ladies. That means that if we had used that taxi, our transportation was going to go high, because then for every location we had to go to, we would have to book 2 taxis. What you need to know is that there's another way, and it's called the Kareem taxi with seats at the back. So that's the kind of taxis you should use if you are more than 2 people in Dubai. In our case, you would save a lot of money using that taxi. There's a meter in the front and you would see how much you're supposed to pay when you get to your destination, versus taking 2 taxis and spending twice the price. The catch with this Kareem taxi is that it uses a mobile app, and for that app you need to have an Emirate number. So if you do not have, what you need to do is, if you're leaving your hotel, you can just tell the hotel receptionist and they will call the taxi for you. When you get to your destination, you pay cash. It's as simple as ABC. Okay, so the next thing I'm going to talk about is what kind of activities to do when you get to Dubai. And again, I'm going to say it depends. One, and the most important, is how much money are you even carrying on you. Number 2 would be the weather. And finally the kind of person you are, what you plan to do. How much money are you carrying on you? Of course, before you leave Ghana, you should know what you can and cannot do, so that you do not break your bank. So you can do a little bit of research as to how much things relatively cost. You will find all that information online. Even if it's not the exact price, you would have an idea as to how much certain activities that you want to do cost. So the next thing is that there may be certain tourist activities that depend on the season you go. So for us, going in January, that's considered their winter. So it's much cooler, even though it's not very cold like, you know, Europe kind of winter. When it comes to activities in Dubai, there are so many things to do that when you go once, whatever activity you do, probably the next time you go, you don't even have to do them again. So I remember the first time I went, it was with my kid brother, and it was in the summer, very hot, 40 degrees weather. So a lot of the things that we did were water activities like the Atlantis and all of that. Upon arrival too, you would find that there are a lot of tourist desks that you can approach, ask them for prices and activities, what to do and what not. So now that you're done with all your activities and you're done having fun, you're probably on your last day or last 2 days before you return to our homeland, Ghana. The other thing you should know is that you may or may not need another COVID test. And here's why I say so. If you're traveling with Emirates and your trip is within a week, exactly a week, you depart Ghana on Friday and you arrive the following Friday, that means that you're leaving Dubai on a Thursday, you do not need another COVID test before you leave Dubai, and this is only with Emirates. However, if you're using another flight, you have to do the COVID test in Dubai before leaving. If your flight is longer than 7 days, even with Emirates, you have to do the COVID test again before you leave. So in our case, we left Ghana on Friday and we were to arrive the following Friday. Traveling with Emirates, we did not have to take that COVID test before leaving Dubai. But upon arrival in Ghana, yes, you do need to take a COVID test. At the time, it was $150. I don't know why it was so expensive, but I think it's cheaper now. So for us, 3 negative COVID tests within a week and arrived in Ghana safe and sound. So one more thing I need to add is the general feel of what it's like to travel in COVID. Besides the fact that yes, you need to keep your nose mask on all the time, from airport to flight to taxi to hotel to whatever tourist sites you are, you need to keep your nose mask on the whole time, except maybe when we were taking pictures, then we took off our nose mask. But even after that, you need to put it back on. But besides that, it really feels normal, and I guess maybe that's the new normal we have to get ourselves used to. So guys, that brings me to the end of this video. If this was helpful to you, please do share it with someone who might find it useful. Leave a comment here, let me know what was your number 1 takeaway from this video, and please do subscribe to my channel if you haven't already. If you have, call someone to come and subscribe to this channel. Thank you so much for watching and sticking through all the way to this point, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye.